If you've ever found that perfect niche community, solved a super weird tech problem, or just laughed at a meme on Reddit, you've actually been part of this wild financial story that just hit a massive plot twist. So let's dive in and break down how Reddit pulled off a truly mind-blowing billion-dollar year.
So let's just start with this number, 70%. That is how much Reddit's revenue rocketed up in just one quarter compared to the year before. I mean, that's a huge jump that shocked a lot of people. The big question we're going to answer is, how in the world did they do it? And maybe more importantly, what does it mean for the future of the platform that you use every day?
First up, let's just look at the raw numbers that really define Reddit's incredible turnaround. And trust me, these are pretty jaw-dropping. $530 million. Okay, that is the total profit Reddit made in 2025. And we're not talking revenue here, this is pure profit. For a company that, let's be honest, has famously lost money for most of its life, this is a monumental deal.
Now, just look at the sheer scale of this change. In 2024, Reddit was in the red, losing nearly $500 million. Just 1 year later, they made over $500 million in profit. That's a $1 billion swing from red to black. It's honestly one of the most dramatic financial turnarounds we've seen in tech for a long, long time.
And this is really where you come in. That billion-dollar turnaround wasn't just pulled out of thin air. Nope, it was built on every single subreddit, every comment, every upvote. The whole point is that the 121 million daily users, yeah, people just like you are the engine that generated all this incredible value.
Okay, so the numbers are huge. We get it. But how did they do it? Let's get into the mechanics of how Reddit actually turned all that online chatter into billions of dollars. This is the so what of the story.
Well, this chart tells you pretty much everything you need to know. A staggering 95% of Reddit's revenue came from just one place: advertising. For years, this was the big puzzle they just couldn't solve. But now it looks like they've finally figured out how to effectively sell ads against the millions of conversations happening on the site every single day.
And this is where the next wave of growth is coming from. While user growth here in the US is solid, the real explosion is happening internationally. We're talking a 28% jump in daily users. Now, if you're an advertiser, this is a massive, untapped global audience that Reddit is really just starting to unlock.
So with all this cash suddenly flowing in, Reddit made a huge announcement about what it plans to do next. And believe me, it's a big, confident move.
$1 billion. That's the amount Reddit's board has authorized to buy back its own stock from the open market. I mean, talk about a huge bet on themselves.
Which, leads to the obvious question you might be asking a friend: why would a company spend its own profits buying its own stock? It kind of seems a little strange, right?
Okay, here's a really simple way to think about it. Imagine a band is so confident their new album is an absolute hit, they use their own money to buy up copies from the stores. It does two things. It shows a ton of confidence, and it makes the copies that are left scarcer, and therefore more valuable. For Reddit, this buyback is a massive signal to investors. It basically says, we think our stock is a bargain, and by reducing the number of shares out there, it makes every single one that's left potentially more valuable.
All right, so with a profitable business and a super confident outlook, what comes next? Let's take a look at Reddit's strategy for navigating a future that, let's face it, is being more and more dominated by artificial intelligence.
This quote right here from CEO Steve Huffman, it's pretty much the core of their entire strategy. In a world he calls flooded with AI slop, Reddit is betting that real, authentic, human conversation is their most valuable asset. And the plan is to protect that asset at all costs.
And here's their three-part plan to do it. First, verify profiles so you actually know who's real. Second, make it easier for new people to join and find their communities. And third, evolving their search to combine the wisdom of human conversation with the speed of AI. You can think of it as a balancing act, using AI to enhance the human element, never to replace it.
Now look, it's not all smooth sailing. To be fair, we have to look at the challenges. And this isn't just our opinion. This comes directly from Reddit's own filings about the very real risks that keep them up at night. So what are they worried about? Well, first, just keeping you and millions of others engaged when there are so many other options out there. Second, competing with giants like Google for your search queries. Third, and this is maybe the most important one, maintaining the trust that makes people feel safe sharing their real opinions. And finally, of course, the constant threat of cyber attacks.
These are not small hurdles. They're major challenges they have to navigate perfectly to keep this momentum going.
Okay, we've covered a lot. The massive profit, the ad machine, that billion-dollar bet, and the risks. So let's bring it all home with the one key takeaway from all this.
Here's the crucial point. Reddit has finally cracked the code on turning human connection into a profitable business. But that very success creates a fundamental tension. Every new ad, every AI feature, every push for growth, it all has to be carefully weighed against the risk of damaging the authentic community that made them special in the first place.
And that really leaves us with the final question. We know Reddit can turn its communities into cash. The billion-dollar question for the future is, as it gets bigger and more profitable, can it protect that community from feeling like it's just another product being sold? Honestly, we don't know the answer yet, but you can bet it's something every single user will be watching very, very closely.